And fans, we welcome you in to the new look John J. Moore Athletics and Fitness Center here in Jersey City as we bring you live NJCU Women's Volleyball, the season opener, here on GothicVision. Today, the Gothic Knights behind brand new head coach Justin Beaumont. He took over for Robert Cole, who's moved into another role on campus. Beaumont, a former star for the Gothic Knights men's volleyball team and one of the top club coaches in the state, now at the helm of his alma mater, coaching a squad that is half young, half experienced. And we'll tell you more about them as this match continues. We have to apologize as we are only going to have one camera, and it's our net camera. The other two, which worked fine a week ago, are apparently deciding not to work on opening day, so we'll try to get that figured out for our upcoming matches. But a good angle, what's going on at the net. We'll try to be as descriptive as possible. Paul Tanaselli is my producer. The net cam is the net cam, so we have no camera guy there, but Gothic Knights today taking on the College of St. Elizabeth. The Eagles have lost their last 11 matches dating to last season. They are under the direction of new head coach Nicole Bolash. And serving first for the Eagles will be Stephanie Mitero-Tanda. That's poked over the net, center line violation, and it will be a point for the Gothic Knights. Back to serve, off your camera angle, will be number 13, Zeriel Chandler. She's a 5'6" freshman out of East Orange, who the Gothic Knights have a lot of hope for, and she had a great match in the NJCU scrimmage against Brookdale earlier this week. As the attack there at the net by Yasmina Muhammad is into the net. Point for the Knights, they lead 2-0. Chandler expected to be a contributor immediately as she back to serve. One of two outside hitters for the Knights, along with Stephanie Duque, the senior, is back, and that is an ace for Chandler. Going through the NJCU starting lineup, the libero is a freshman from Parker, Colorado, and Bella Sunahara. That's our lone out-of-state player, as tipped over and inside the line. So the Eagles with their first point of the season. New setter will be Katrina Nguyen, who replaces Shayla Ware, who graduated. Freshman out of Union, New Jersey is Katrina. In the middle this year will be Diana Trachimowicz, senior captain, 5'10", middle out of Linden, New Jersey. The other middle will be Leah Seikendick, who played 2 years ago in 2017, took the year off. She is back, and she stands 6'2", be the other middle. There's Trachimowicz. That is dug up, and then a double is called. And a point for NJCU on the double on the Eagles. Third outside, who also can play right side, is Lola Vega, sophomore out of Jersey City. Served by Trachimowicz is into the net. And we will have a substitution for the Eagles. Let's go through their starting lineup. Number 3, Jordan Navarre, sophomore out of Newark, New Jersey. Two setters they have, Maura Farley, number 5, junior out of Islay, New Jersey. And number 17, Diane Cuevas, a senior out of Newark. The twins are in the middle. Number 15, Chantel Charles, and number 16, Cherelle Charles, both out of Elmwood Park, New Jersey. As the serve by Maura Farley is long. And the outside hitters, number 6, Yasmina Muhammad out of Newark, number 6, and Stephanie Mitero-Tanda, senior out of East Rutherford. Substitution into the match for the first time is Krista Bartko. After a brief timeout at the scorer's table, Bartko will serve, becoming a quick leader of this team as a sophomore. And that is a kill for Muhammad, the North 13th Street Tech alumni. And she will serve here for the Eagles, 5-3 Gothic Knights. And as a double on NJCU, Katrina Nguyen, who came in as a defensive specialist. The Gothic Knights had a need at the position. And she has stepped up to fill that role. And that's going to be an ace as it falls in just at the 10-foot line. Sunahara could not get there in time. And that is a line drive into the tape. So the Gothic Knights, after CSE briefly is able to tie it up, regains the lead. Lola Vega will serve. Back set, that's a good one there. Vega takes it up. Sunahara to Chandler and dug up by the Eagles. That is stuffed back. Seikendick with her long frame, 6'2", and then poked over by NJCU. Barco with the dig. And Chandler, that is blocked back, so continuation play. Chandler again, this time sails long. Substitution for the Gothic Knights. We'll see Madeline Lopez, sophomore liberos and defensive specialist out of Elizabeth, making her season debut. And back to serve for the Eagles in a 6-6 opening game will be Chantel Charles. Back set to Seikendick, that one into the net. And College of St. Elizabeth, members of the Northeastern Athletic Conference, have their first lead, 7-6. And even again at 7-all as that one into the tape. And we'll see Bella Sunahara serving for the Knights in a 7-7 game. And that dug up on the line by Barco, who's well positioned. That sets a little bit off, but Trachimovic able to keep it alive. And then effort there by Terrell Charles, is short, and NJCU back on top, 8-7. On the outside, good swing there by the Eagles, killed by Natera Tanda. Stephanie Duque not on the court right now for NJCU. She was their top offensive player last year. Not many of the other sophomores on this year's team saw a ton of time last year, with the exception of Krista Barco. Diana Trachimovic tried to contribute in a bigger role this year as a senior. She hasn't had to step into that huge leadership role yet, but with 4 graduating last year, that is a good spot by Trachimovic into the back corner. 4 graduating from last year. We mentioned Shayla Ware. Also graduating were Naomi Cintron Georgina Rayo. And of course, Amber O'Donnell, who is now assistant coach for the Gothic Knights. As over kept alive by the Knights. Duque at short. Stephanie Duque is not going to miss too many short as the season goes along. She did not have a lot of preparation time this year. Now, going to talk to the official about the setter. Was she a back row setter attacking above the plane of the net there? The officials are saying no, and the point goes to CSC. It's 9-9. And that is short. After the substitution, Chandler will serve for NJCU. Vega is back in for the Knights. We said earlier that Duque, as that one by Vega is long, that Duque was the returner at outside. But with Vega at 6'1", being a weapon out there, and Chandler doing really well on the outside in the preseason, well, the Knights had a void on the right side with Pamela Florimond transferring to NJIT for academic reasons. Wanted to be an engineer. That is going to be long. And a lack of communication there. Chandler did not know that ball was going to be long. That's not a mistake she'll make 2 weeks from now. A little early season inexperience to know where the ball is, and that's a gift point for the Eagles. But to go back to my point, Stephanie Duque, with her experience and athleticism, moving to the right side, and she's expected to contribute there. She's played middle, outside in her career. Why not right side? A little bit of everything. 12-10, Eagles on top. Tsunahara was able to keep that alive to Trchimovic. Rolled over. Tipped alive at the net. Here's another chance for Vega. Roll shot. And that's going to be into the net on the pass attempt by the Eagles, which was, to be honest, a playable ball and did not cover ground well. St. Elizabeth giving the point back to the Knights. Trchimovic will serve for NJCU. They trail by 1. Solo stuff by Seikendick, kept alive by the Eagles, and a second one, and somehow the Eagles able to split the 6'1" Vega and the 6'2" Seikendick for the point. Back to serve will be Maura Farley, junior out of JFK in Island, New Jersey. That is the high school where NJCU baseball coach Jerry Smith was a math teacher. JFK Memorial. Duque, and that one is blocked. A solo rejection by number 15, Chantel Charles. Duque didn't get a lot on that one. And CSC has got a 3-point lead. It's 14-11. Team that was 7-20 last year. 2-9 in the Northeastern Athletic Conference. Vega with a roll shot. And that is blocked back. I don't think that was ever touched. I thought that was into the net, and that is ultimately what is called. 4 touches, point for the Knights. Justin Beaumont, you see him there at the end line talking to his libero, and Bella Tsunahara. Beaumont came to NJCU coaching-wise after being the interim head coach at D1 St. Peter's. And all he did at St. Peter's is CSA is able to find the court in front of Krista Bartko. All Justin did at St. Peter's was take a team that he inherited that was winless over, I believe, a 3-year stretch and get them into the MAC playoffs and then a first-round upset as that ace is in between the line and the back two passers, and that will force NJCU to take their first timeout, 16-12 here in game number 1. But Justin Beaumont was able to get St. Peter's to upset Marist. It was their first postseason victory in 12 years. And he was considering taking a job at St. Francis in Brooklyn. And at the very last second, this opportunity opened up. Ken Heaton, who was NJCU's assistant director of athletics and handled compliance, retired. We needed somebody to fill that role. Bobby Cole, who had been coaching the last 5 years, had expressed some interest and was able to succeed Ken Heaton as our compliance director. When that happened, of course, we had a void as volleyball coach. And Justin Beaumont, even though he didn't have a chance to recruit his own class, this is year 0, as he likes to say. The year where they're going to try to develop a culture, new culture, his culture. And next year bring in his own group of players to complement the ones that are in this year's squad. Of course, Knights will lose 2 next year, but fairly young squad. Dug up by Barco, and then Vega will roll that one. Knights are not swinging. That is the one issue thus far. Can't get an offense going. Almost everything is a little roll shot or a dink. And not able to get much in the term of offense here. Got a break there as that was a net violation. It's 13-16 the Knights trail. Dug up by Sunahara and not able to get there, react fast enough was Nguyen, and the Eagles lead 17-13. Back to serve here will be Chantel Charles. Nina Carbonero, graduate assistant this year, is on the PA for the Knights. She is our PA announcer as I bring you the play-by-play. That is an ace for Charles, and the Eagles lead now 5, 18-13. It's their largest lead of this match thus far. Good pass by Lopez, and across court by Seikendick. And that is long. Knights will be adding a few pieces to the roster in the coming days, and that will help on the offensive side as an experienced former player is going to return after taking the last couple years off. We'll tell you more about that when she returns. Diving save there, great diving play there by Navarre. And then a block by the Eagles as Matero Tanda with the rejection. But all the credit on that one, off camera, I don't think you were able to see her, was Jorah Navarre. Great diving dig there. And the Eagles with a comfortable 5-point lead, 19-14. That one is long. with timeout at the table, as this is the first game of the year for the scorers as well. And that is long, and the Eagles now with 20. Into the net on the serve. So Chandler will serve for the Knights. That is short. And the lead is 5, 21-16 once again. On that over ball. Dug up though by Chandler. Now Vega swings away. Vega another attempt. Deep corner shot. Good save by Sunahara, and then bumped over. At the net, really tight there, blocked back by a combination of Vega and Trachimovic, and Eagles keep it alive. Again, Trachimovic swings and it's dug up, and an alert Eagles. Maura Farley into open space, and it's 22-16. The delay at the table has our down referee, Don Vanderbeck, working with our new scorer. Again, first match of the year. Not a chance for any new staff to really get any practice in. So it's a learning experience for everybody involved today. That's served by Matera Tanda. Duque has stuffed back, but there to dig it up was Nguyen, but on the second attempt, the Eagles capitalized. They are now 2 points away from winning game number 1. That's very tight to the net. And into the net on the reception error was Nguyen, and that will be set point for St. Elizabeth. So after a conversation with the officials, serving for the set here will be Terrell Charles, sophomore out of Elmwood Park. Good pass there by Sunahara. Outside Vega with the swing. And a double block will close out game number 1 as a combination of Maura Farley and Chantel Charles with the rejection. And St. Elizabeth takes the first set of the season 25-16, and they lead the match 1-0. We'll take a break. We'll be back for game 2 in just a bit. All right, we're throwing back with you here on Gothic Vision as I try to deal with a technical issue during the break. We'll continue to try to get the high camera to work, which worked a week ago, and right now it decides it doesn't want to work the day of the first game of the year as the Gothic Knights jump out to a 3-0 lead. And an ace for the Knights, who jump out to a 4-0 lead behind the serving of Katrina Nguyen. And St. Elizabeth, after another ace, 5-0 Knights. Eagles will call timeout. And fans, we bring you camera number 2, which has decided to work after I went up and just completely reset everything and said, you know what, let's just start over. Let's just go back to defaults. And that is how you do it. You have 2 ways to fix the camera. Number 1, you could kick it, but that's an expensive challenge right there. Or you could just reset it and start over, and boom, we work. So we got camera number 1 working. We got camera number 2 working on the net, even though Don Vanderbeck, our official's mad that we don't have a Don Vanderbeck cam. Don, you want to wear a camera for us next game? The ref cam? He's ignoring me. All right, 5-0 Knights. We're back to live action that you could actually see now from all different angles. And now Paul Tanasili, our producer, can do some actual producing. Set to the outside, and Duque puts it away. And an out of rotation. That's an ace for NJCU. And somehow staying out from under the net were the Eagles. The Knights will put it over. Shimovitz keeps it alive. Back row attack as NJCU up 7-0. Duque on the outside now swings. Dug up by the Eagles. And then finally, St. Elizabeth with their first points of the game on a kill to make it 7-1. As going back to serve will be Stephanie Mitarotonda out of East Rutherford. Chandler with a useful spot, splitting 2 blockers. Chandler is a freshman at a University High School in Newark. I watched her in the Brookdale match. That was the last scrimmage for NJCU on Wednesday, and she was the best player in the court for either team. Really impressive. And her future obviously bright with this program. And they overball right to Vega, who says, I'll take that, tips it to the court. And the Gothic Knights have really responded from a Game 1 faltering that kind of happened at the midway point. They have just ignited here in Game 2. It's 9-1. Duque serve is short. We have brand new stats this year, so when you look at the website tonight, the box score is going to look a little bit different than you've seen in the past, as there's a new NCAA program called NCAA Live Stats. We used it for basketball last year. They're rolling out for volleyball and soccer. On the stats today, my assistant Jim Turvey, and we have begged and borrowed from our friends at NJIT, Miles Rudnick, their assistant director. who will be helping us out a lot this year. He actually lives in Jersey City. Had never been to NJCU. I have been inviting him for 10 years. Not just kidding. It's the first time I ever invited him. But he is finally here. 9-2 the Knights looking for a side out. Vega took a little bit off of that one. That is a double, a triple, and a quadruple. Ball handling error, 10-2 Knights. And short on the serve by Truchimowicz. Oh, really? Well, 10-3. And the serve here by Farley. NJCU on the winning side of that one. So again, claiming an 8-point lead. It's 11-3. Chandler will serve. That's a good set there by Farley. Looked like it was short, but referee Don Vanderbeck saying there was a touch. Just no touch in this one, as right into the scorer's table, but good play here by Paul Tanasilli, our director producer and former NJAC Rookie Pitcher of the Week in baseball. Good hands. Just got back from California. That's a good catch there by Jim and Miles. The scoreboard was wrong. It's actually 12-4, not 12-3. That's why we bring in the best to help out. Push to the outside, and that's going to fall as Muhammad able to slide it in. So 12-5, the Knights, they are in front. Serving will be Jasmina Muhammad, who averaged 2.3 points, 1.61 kills a set a year ago. And a useful spot by Lola Vega into the back corner for a 13-5 advantage. You know, Vega did not play a ton last year because she was a freshman behind some very experienced players, but she is going to have an opportunity here as a sophomore to contribute all year. Will be a prominent part of this team for years to come. Back set here at is short, the attack by Chantel Charles. So 14-5 the lead. Vega back to serve. Lola Vega is a New York Mets fan who made the mistake of wearing a New York Yankees hat in the office. And I had to remind her, this is a few weeks ago, got to pick one. Can't root for both. And Liz Seikendick, who was a one-time Rookie of the Week back during the 2017 season, with a kill there to make it a 10-point advantage for the Knights, who are well on their way to tying this match at one set apiece. Good idea by Farley, left it a little short. And Nicole Bolesh, her first season as the head coach of St. Elizabeth, will call timeout. Former Kane player will talk this over. And we're back after the timeout by CSE. 11-point lead for NJCU, who started to put things together here in our second set. That one is inside the antenna, or actually outside the antenna. I was going to say inside the officiating stand. And the lead now on that attack error. To be quite frankly, as that ball sails long, I would not actually call that an attack error. I would call that a setting error, because the attacker really never had an opportunity to swing when the ball's that far outside the antenna. So either way, the Knights give it back. Eagles score just their 6th point of the set, and serving will be Chantel Charles. Chandler keeps it alive, but on the over ball, the other Charles, Terrell Charles, on the free ball winner. And the serve sails long. It's an 11-point lead for the Knights. Leah Seikendick. She will serve for NJCU, wearing a new number this year. She was 8 as a freshman, now number 14. And a dump there is successful by Matero Tanda. Substitution, we'll see Diana Cuevas return for Marianne Pacheco. We didn't say her name earlier, but she's been in this set out of Clifton. Cuevas, the server, she's a graduate of St. Vincent Academy. She's from Newark, New Jersey, a senior. Lopez with the dig. And then Duque kept alive after the block back by the Eagles, but the Knights' second opportunity sails long. On the far wall, Leah Seikendick is stretching out, looks like stretching out her, probably her calf, it looks like, left calf. And a diving dig there by Cuevas to keep it alive. Chandler's second chance, misses long. A little bit off balance as she was jumping off 1 foot. And that is short. So the Knights lead remains 9-19-10. NJCU opening the season today in every fall sport with the exception of men's golf. Men's soccer is in action at 7 p.m. They will be in Montclair to take on the St. Joseph's College Bears in a neutral field at Montclair State as part of their classic. Tomorrow they'll take on Marywood. Duque cross court, kept alive by the Eagles. They'll send it over on a free ball. Second opportunity here for the Knights. Good set by Nguyen, and Charles comes through. I should say Chandler comes through, splitting Charles to make it a 20-10 lead. Women's soccer also in action tonight on the road, 7 o'clock. They will take on the Devils of FDU Florham. And that's an ace. Hey, Don Vanderbeck, you want the ball? Don, you want the ball? Here's a souvenir for you. And the Knights are 4 points away from the win here in game 2. Nguyen will serve. And that is short. Muhammad tried to set it over. I think she would have probably been better situated there just to send a free ball over. Instead, that is an attack error. So 22-10 now the lead. And an ace by Nguyen. She started it off with some fine serving earlier in this game, and she has a chance to potentially end this one behind the service line. It's 23-10. Sent long, kept alive by the libero Sunahara. And Duque, that's going to fall to the court. Duque took a little bit off of that one, but Cuevas standing a little flat-footed there, so she could not put it into the setter's hand. And it's now set point for NJCU. Katrina Nguyen listening to head coach Justin Beaumont for a few words of advice. Sends it deep. Back set is blocked, continued. No, they're saying never went over. It's a 4-touch for CSC, and the Gothic Knights dominate here in game number 2, and that gives head coach Justin Beaumont the first set victory of his coaching career, and we are tied at 1 game apiece after a 25-10 win for NJCU. We will go to game 3. We'll give you some stats when we come back. And we are back here in the third set with a new toy. Hello, everybody. As we now have on our floor camera, John Putter, the closer for the baseball team, is going to try to get us some nice low shots. As we have gone from a net camera broadcast to now a professional 3-camera production here, because nothing, of course, works when you want it to work at opening day, but maybe about an hour in, everything decides, you know what, let's do this, and I think we're a lot happier now. Brand new stats program from the NCAA. I'm looking at a official box score that actually is real, not made up for the first time. And taking a look, what do you say, Miles? I mean, are you calling me old? Just because today is the start of my 20th year in the business. I don't know, where were you 20 years ago? St. Elizabeth serving first, and Duque, who's back on the outside. Oh, a diving save by Lola Vega, and Chandler swings through it. Vega, Nguyen, and then Kachimowicz tries to keep it alive, but a good solo block there by Terrell Charles, who read that well. But today is the start of my 20th year in college athletics. My first day, August 30th, 2000. As this is the start of year number 20. What a save there! What a save by Nguyen with one arm. He's able to extend, and CSE did not react in time, and it's out of play, and we are even at one set apiece. As the crowd begins to filter in here in game number 3. And an ace! As Nguyen. That is her 6th ace of the match. Native of Union, New Jersey. Duque. And then miscommunication there. Vega knows that was her bad. That second ball is the setter's ball unless the setter yells help. And Justin Beaumont kind of put his hand over his eyes there for a second. Sometimes as a coach, you want to play for your players, but you can't. You often coaching because, well, you have no college years left. And Justin Beaumont was an amazing collegiate player, a 2-time first-team all-conference performer. He is 4th in NJCU history in assists, despite the fact that he only played setter really as a part-time player. Once around, he was such a good offensive player that they would run a 2-setter system to take advantage of him in the back row as a setter. And despite being 5'6", he would absolutely destroy balls in the front row because, yeah, about 42, 43-inch vertical, which now in his 30s is still pretty impressive. And a great move by the NJCU administration to bring Justin Beaumont home. This program has a bright future in front of it behind Beaumont and Mike Kutcha and the rest of this coaching staff. 3-3, we are tied. Well positioned there was Nguyen. Sunahara with the set, Vega. And that is kept alive there by Navarre. And on the outside, off the block of Chandler, credit the kill to Muhammad. Substitution here as Krista Barco came in to pass for Duque. Did her job. Stephanie Duque will now come back in to be part of the serving rotation as Maura Farley will serve the Eagles with a 1-point lead here in game number 3. I mentioned everybody in action today. One other team we have not mentioned yet, NJCU Cross Country, biggest rosters they've had in years. Behind second-year head coach Pat O'Neill, they are running today in Flemington at the Ramapo Invitational. Oh, Vega smash, but dug up by the Eagles. They were under the net, however, on the second touch. And the Knights get credit for the point. We are even at 4-4. And Bella Sunahara, first athlete in my 20 years here at NJCU from the state of Colorado. And that is a kill there by Muhammad off of the block. We've had players from virtually everywhere in the country, but very few from the Mountain time zone. That serve is outside the antenna, and a point for the Knights. Last Mountain time zone player that I can recall was Susie Matsutani, now an assistant coach at Ramapo, who was one of NJCU's all-time great softball players from Gallup, New Mexico. And as a ball handling error on the Eagles, as called by our referee today, top lead referee is Laura Garbarino. Don Vanderbeck on the floor, Jared Warner, Charles Frankel are the line judges. Chandler to serve, Knights up by 1. Chandler. Now Seikendick with the swing. It was touched, and she gets credit for the winner. And that one is going to fall through as Mitaratanda with her 5th kill. That leads the Eagles. And that one is long. As another side out for the Knights. They lead by 2. Gothic Knights trying to make head coach Justin Beaumont a winner in his Division III coaching debut. He's coached at 2 other levels, D1 and D2. Has not coached in D3, but he's played in D3. That one off of Chandler into the table. Nina Carbonero with the barehanded snag. And that is short. Service error by Alizea Amaral, who's into the match now. First time I said her name. Leah Seikendick will be the server here for the Knights. On the block back this time, Seikendick keeps it alive. Push outside to Duque. And leaves it just short. Oh, a good set there by Katrina Nguyen, but Duque with a rare attack here. She's not going to have a ton of them. Once Stephanie Duque gets a little bit of the rust off, she is a dangerous player, and there is some help coming for the Knights as well. This is the first of 3 matches for NJCU at home this weekend. Tomorrow, beginning at 11 a.m., the Knights play a tri-match. That's going to be an ace there for St. Elizabeth, tying it at 9-9. Tomorrow morning at 11 will be NJCU against Bryn Athyn. Then Bryn Athyn and Farmingdale State, approximately 1 o'clock, will play a neutral court match. And then at 3 p.m. approximately, we'll have the final match of the day. First long day of the year, as the Knights will take on the Rams of Farmingdale State. We will bring you all 3 matches here in GothicVision. However, we'll only have play-by-play from me for the first and third matches. And it's sent long by Madeline Lopez. Eagles will get the kill. And we are tied at 10-10. Lopez with a good pass. Right side, Duque will swing through. Lopez with the dig. Sunahara sets to Chandler. And on a block back, the Knights send it over. And somehow kept alive by the Knights. Good touch there. Long continuation play ends on an attack error by Muhammad. So 11-10, the Knights back on top. Lola Vega back in for Lopez. You see her receiving some instruction there from head coach Justin Beaumont. To his left, Michael Kutcha, who played 2 years for NJCU, and then 2 years at Kane, and then gained some coaching experience locally before becoming an assistant coach at the Ohio State University. as that kill by Vega makes it 12-10. Kucha is the first one on the right there in a white shirt. Right there, next to our cameraman, John Putter. Valuable experience at Ohio State. Actually, returned to New Jersey. He's now a cop in Bayonne in his hometown. And with Justin Beaumont assuming the reins as the head coach of the Knights, was recruited by his former teammate to contribute, and Mike's knowledge of the game is only going to help this program as he and Justin, along with Camilla and Amber, look to build something here in Jersey City. It's been 14 years this year since NJC won its only championship in a women's sport in its history of the NJAC, and won the 2005 NJAC championship, made an appearance in the NCAA tournament. Very easily could have won two others, losing in the finals in 2006 and 2007, when they were the regular season champions. In 2007 was probably the most difficult of all, because NJCU was the regular season champion in men's soccer and women's volleyball, and lost the conference championships to both sports at home against Montclair State on the same day in November 2007. Still something to this day that brings back some bad memories. That was the last time this program was in first place in the league. They've had some years where they've been back in the tournament, but nowhere near the level of the success of that year's squad. And Justin Beaumont and Michael Kucha and others will try to resurrect this program into a playoff team again. 14-14 is the score, and put away off of the block there by Charles. We are midway through game number two. Game number three, I should say. 1-1 is the score. And that is an ace, falling right in front of both Duque and Bella Sunahara. And another ace as Sunahara with the reception error, and the Knights down by 3 now will call timeout. There you see the timeout huddle here. And there you see St. Elizabeth talking things over as well. And that one is long, so an effective timeout ultimately ices the Eagles, and the Gothic Knights, down by 2, will send Lola Vega back to serve. And a thundering attack there. Top kill of the game for either squad, as Stephanie Materatanda with authority. Marianne Pacheco, she will serve here for the Eagles. They lead by 3, 18-15. And a double called here on Katrina Nguyen. Chandler couldn't handle that one. And back-to-back aces here have given the Eagles their largest lead of the set here. It's 20-15. Still a chance for the Knights if they can get a side out here to rectify the situation. That's one way to get a side out as the Eagles serve into the tape. Sykendick with this serve, and then there to pass that one on the lofted attack here by the Eagles, but on a short free ball. That's not something you can afford to do with the height there of Jarrell Charles at the net, and she makes the Knights pay. Have to send those free balls deep. Do not let the front row players have an easy, uncontested swing. No chance for a blocker to get there to contest. Duque is able to slide that one through for a winner. So the Knights still now down by 4. And this is who you want serving. It's Katrina Nguyen. She's got 6 aces already. And a block attempt there by Chandler, and Trachimovic just a little late there, and a kill for the Eagles. Another put away here by Muhammad. And the lead is 5. Back to serve is Jarrell Charles. Duque tries to roll into space, dug up by Farley. And a double on St. Elizabeth. I'll say one thing, Laura Garbarino, the up ref for this match, she has been consistent on that call for both schools. That's what you want to see out of your officiating. So might be the first match of the year for both of these squads, but officiating has been pretty solid thus far. Stephanie Duque, team down by 4, will serve. And that is an ace for Duque. Did not come out of the hands of Jaralis Navarre clean. Her 4th reception error of the match. Duque tries to target her again. And the Eagles able to attack. Dug up by Duque. Vega swings. And that's going to be sent deep. Duque. Here's a chance for the Knights. Over to Vega. Vega. And Doug kept alive by Amaral. St. Elizabeth into the net. And the deficit is now 2. Do the Knights have a comeback in them here in game 3? Targeting libero again. Back set is long. And it's a 1-point game. The Knights trailed by 5. And this is why you truly take it 1 point at a time in this sport. Duque serving. Duque with the dig here. Pushed outside the Vega. Dug up by Matera-Tonda. And the attack is short. And we are tied at 22-all. What a comeback for the Knights. Timeout, Eagles. It's not over yet, but NJCU has done the first hard part of this, and that is rally from a 5-point deficit late here in game 3. And they have the ball in their hands. Stephanie Duque, who came into the year as NJCU's top returning player, experienced server, played her freshman year at Montclair State, or actually attended Montclair State, I should say, before transferring over to NJCU. Did not play for the Redhawks. And is now a 4-year performer for the Gothic Knights. Can the Knights close out this comeback? As you see the huddle break, and we dissolve back to game action. 22-22. And that is long, however, they're saying a touch. And that's overruled by the officials at the net. Charles Frankel called a touch. I didn't see one, and neither did Laura Garbarino or Don Vanderbeck. So it's overruled. A point for the Knights on the attack error, and they are 2 away from the set. But the long run there by Duque after 6 consecutive points ends on the service error, and we are tied at 23-23 here in game 3. Maura Farley, junior out of Island, serving for the Eagles. And Trachimowicz gonna have to tip that one over. And a put away there by Chantel Charles. And now the Eagles looking to bounce back. They have set point up 24-23 here in game 3. Sunahara with the pass. Out to Vega, roll shot, dug up by Farley. And then a free ball sent over. Sunahara passes. Trachimowicz, that is kept alive by the Eagles, but not off the net as the pass into the tape, and we are even at 24 all. Leah Seikendick will return, and serving is Bella Sunahara. And the set to no one. And the Knights lead for the first time in the second half of this game, and they now will have set point. The rookie from Colorado serves. Dug up by Duque. Pushed to Vega. And it hit the antenna, and we're even at 25 as we will go a little deeper into extra points here in game 3. Vega, good pass there, Seikendick. Oh, and the Knights somehow roll it over. And the attack finds the line. Oh, the Knights had a great opportunity there as a reaction play trickles over, but the Eagles, will see if we can get to see the replay on this one. Able to slip that inside the back line. A little hard to tell from that angle I was watching. Set point here for the Eagles. Seikendick swings away. And the Eagles are into the net. Seikendick with the winner. We play on at 26 all. Chandler will serve. Zariel Chandler. One of 3 freshmen on the court right now for the Knights. Oh, a great spot. just sending over were the Eagles. Vega, the attack, dug up again by CSC. That's an obvious ball handling error by Farley, and the Knights will have their third opportunity to close this game, now leading 27-26 on the BHE. Chandler with the ball in her hands. On the block, but kept alive by St. Elizabeth. They roll it over. Duque. Vega! It's kept alive. No! It's over! And the Gothic Knights, on the kill by Vega, have rallied from 5 points down to win the set 28-26. A remarkable comeback early in the season here for the Knights. And it's 2-1. Can the Knights close this out in 4? We'll find out when we come back here on GothicVision. And we are back here for set number 4. As the Gothic Knights trying to make Justin Beaumont a winner in his Gothic Knight coaching debut. A big comeback there. Duque rolling it off of the tape. I have failed to mention one thing. Anybody notice anything different in the middle of the floor? As that is put away there by Trachimovic. That, in the middle of the court, is a new logo, fans. We'll talk more about this in the coming days, but for the first time in a quarter century, as that is an ace by Duque. First time in a quarter century, NJCU Athletics has a new look. As we have rebranded, we will have a full announcement middle of next week. We have a new website coming, as that is put away by Muhammad. Brand new website will be launching on Wednesday. The new logos officially go into effect on Tuesday. And we are embracing our relationship with Jersey City. NJCU Athletics will, from this point forward, be known as Jersey City's team. So it starts with the new Nighthead. Will be a JC emblem. You can see Jersey City across the chest of the uniforms for NJCU. And exciting times here on the west side, Jersey City. And the Eagles on Farley's winner make it 3-3. Farley will serve. Included, by the way, in our new emblems is a new microphone flag. I'm trying to put it on the microphone right now. And if Gothic Knights are victorious in this one, we will talk to head coach Justin Beaumont after the conclusion of the match. I'm Ira Thor. You're watching GothicVision here on August 30th, 2019, the start of another academic year here in Jersey City. My producer is Paul Tanasili. On the camera, John Putter, Ricky Voss, Ian Ambrose, all members of the Gothic Knight baseball team. Four to 4 is your score. Syke and Dick. Destruction. Syke and Dick did not have to jump that high there. It was right to her at the tape. When you're 6'2" and you got a perfect set, that is the end result. That is rolled deep. Vega with the dig. Push outside to Duque. Was there a touch? There was not. If the Knights are victorious, we will have a post-game interview right here live on the camera with head coach Justin Beaumont. But we first need to win game number 4. It's 5-5. The Knights with a 2-1 set lead. Good set by the Eagles. As a connection there. Terrell Charles pushes it outside to Stephanie Taratanda. As the two Eagles connect for a 1-point lead. Tipped over by NJCU, blocked back. The Knights will reset here on a free ball. Stuffed by Syke and Dick. And we're even at 6-all. Madeline Lopez will come in here to serve. And Lopez there for the dig. Chance for Duque, and didn't go over. (7-6) CSC in front. We're gonna have a substitution here. And that was, if you're watching at home, that was just so you can get the libero in the match. Bella Sunahara back in, as we say her name. A great diving pass by her to keep alive what looked like would be an ace. Over attempt. No, it's Farley with the tip, and Farley finds the core for the winner. It's 8-6. And Trocimovic with authority. (8-7) Knights, and another ace by Katrina Nguyen, who is unleashing one after another in her first collegiate match. She has 7 aces out of the Gothic Knights' 9 in this match. Correction, 10 in this match, as Duque had one earlier in this game. Nguyen to Trocimovic, and puts it away. And those two are starting to find a little rhythm. And the Knights in front now, 9-8. Chandler off the block. Chandler with the kill. That is her third. Vega leads all Gothic Knights with 7. Materatanda has 9 to lead CSE, but NJCU in front. First service error of the day for Nguyen. I think after you land 7 aces, you're entitled to a miss now and then. Another great set. This time kept alive by the Eagles, and then a ball handling error. Duque have to serve, and then a net violation on the Knights on the block bid. So credit kill to Maura Farley. Gothic Knight lead whittled to 1, it's 11-10. Back to serve will be Terrell Charles. Vega looking into open space there, pushed outside. And that will be a kill here for Yasmina Muhammad. Kill number 6 for her. The Eagles have approximately 7 more kills than NJCU, but the Knights lead 2-1, and we are tied 11 here in the 4th game. Big part of it's because of the serving game. NJCU, 8 aces, 8 service errors. The Eagles, 6 aces, 16 service errors. St. Elizabeth now in front though on that one, making it 12-11.
as they have scored 3 of the last 4 points. Chandler off the block. Kill for Chandler. That's number 7 for the rookie out of East Orange. And we're even again at 12-12. And an ace. The rookie from Colorado puts the Knights up 14-12 as she lands the ace for Sunahara, her first collegiate ace. Good set by Farley, pushing it to the outside. Knights keep it alive. Vega rolls it into space and then sent over by the Eagles. Vega, cross-court tip. Another chance for St. Elizabeth, and this time Muhammad able to come through. The good news for my crew is that we're back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. We don't have to clean up. We're going to leave everything except the expensive equipment that might walk away. Not that anything would walk away, but you never know. You want to lock down the MacBook. But everything else we can pretty much leave here. That way we don't have to show up at 8 a.m. Everybody sleep in a little bit. 14-14 the score. Chandler on a tough angle, couldn't save it. On a useful spot there by Farley with the ace, and the Eagle lead is 2. And the Gothic Knights are going to call a timeout. And after the timeout, Eagles send that long. Sunahara with the dig. Vega sends it to the line. Farley digs it up. And then a good spot there by Muhammad. The lead again, 2 for the Eagles. And another ace for St. Elizabeth. They pushed the lead to 3. So the Knights came back from 5 down in game 3. Do they have another comeback in their system here in game 4? As they trail by 3 late. They now trail by 4 as Muhammad with another ace. This time acing Chandler. Good pass by Chandler to keep it alive. And then Seikendick puts it to the floor. And the Knights into the net. That's a kill on a pretty good swing there by Stephanie Mataratanda. Expecting regional product. And CSC beginning to pull away here in game 4. Another ace for the Eagles. As Chantel Charles puts one in front of Chandler, it's a 6-point lead. Tsunohara will move into the passing rotation. Blocked back by the Knights. That is a free ball over. Duque, another attempt. Duque coming towards us. No! And everything goes flying. Our video board, not broken. Somebody's cell phone, not broken. My left hand, semi-bruised. The microphone hits the floor. And this is why we need bubble wrap around the scorer's table. Everybody all right? Nothing broken? We're good. An ace there. And NJCU, after a 3-point swing there. This one into the tape. And now the Eagles 2 points away from forcing a 5th and final decisive set. And serving here will be Marianne Pacheco, junior out of Clifton, New Jersey, and Passaic Valley High School. That is long. Good serve again here by Nguyen, and that is long by CSC. So the Knights, they're not done yet. They have their best server, or at least that's what she appears to be, our best server after our first 3 sets of the season, and they trail by 3. That's a clear ball handling error. That's how it started in the 3rd set. Do the Knights have a 4th set comeback? We'll find out after this. As the Eagles call timeout, Nicole Bolash has seen enough. After the timeout, the Knights trying to keep this alive. Vega couldn't save it. And the Eagles, they are a point away now from forcing a fifth set, ending the Gothic Knight mini run, 24-21. And back to serve is Materatanda. Good pass there by Sunahara. And then put away by Diana Chachimovic. No margin for error for the Knights. Stephanie Duque, the server. Her squad down by 2. The only margin for error is there's still a 5th game, but the Knights cannot come back here. Off the tape, and that's put over. Free ball attempt, Vega. Chandler finds the floor. Oh, with a sweeping right hand. Assist to Nguyen. And Duque back to serve. The Knights have a chance to tie it. They trail 24-23, still set point. And it falls to the floor. An ace by Duque. And once again, a comeback by the Knights from a big-time deficit. And they have an opportunity now to go ahead here in game 4. St. Elizabeth with multiple opportunities to put this away in game 3 and again here in game 4, and the Knights not quitting behind first-year head coach Justin Beaumont. And another ace by Duque, and the Gothic Knights have match point. Timeout, St. Elizabeth. So we slightly adjusted the net camera. There you see it right there. So it was a worthwhile adjustment. Got nicked a little bit there. And you see a great angle where the Gothic Knights hope to finish this one. 25-24. They won set 2, 25-10. Came back to win set 3, 28-26. Stephanie Duque, number 28, will serve. Pushed outside. And then response there for St. Elizabeth. You see her reaction. Yasmina Muhammad with the kill. And we're tied at 25, so we will play on. Great pass by Sunahara. Blocked back, but the Knights keep it alive. Another opportunity. Vega into open space. Oh, great attempt here by St. Elizabeth to save it. The Knights get the point. Credit to Farley. You talk about hustle. She absolutely laid out there to try to save it. But based on where that ball was, did not have an opportunity. 26-25. Sunahara will serve for the match. And kept alive. Duque passes it. Vega to swing. And into the net, and the Knights on opening day 2019 rally. And they make rookie head coach Justin Beaumont a winner. 27-25 here in game 4. And NJCU victorious. 3-1. Your scores today: 25-16 St. Elizabeth in game 1, and then NJCU took the next 3.
25-10, 28-26, and 27-25. They are your winners on opening day 29. They improved to 1-0. And Justin Beaumont, Mike Kutcha, Amber O'Donnell, Camilla Davila, and the coaching staff, they got this team prepared in just 2 weeks, and they've come together to win here on opening day, 2-1. We're going to get some shots here of the team on the court, and then we will come back for a post-game interview with Justin Beaumont here on GothicVision. Justin, you're going to be on camera for this one, okay? I'm going to interview Justin on camera. You guys have fun with stats? Shirt right there. Yeah, Mike will, yeah. You got to go to Bobby. You did something wrong on this. We welcome you courtside here at the John J. Moore Athletic and Fitness Center. Ira Thor, joined by victorious rookie head coach Justin Beaumont, at least a rookie here at your alma mater. Congratulations. First of all, nice bow tie.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
What's the inspiration behind that?
I'm a little bit too nervous to wear a regular tie because I'm not that much of a man yet, so I got to just go with the bow tie. With the cute look.
I mean, I kind of like the bow tie look. I think you should break that out at every match.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to stick with it until it messes up.
Talk about the heart of this team today. I think what was the most impressive, the first match of the year, first match under a completely brand new coaching staff, yourself and all 3 assistants, all brand new. To have the wherewithal to come back not just once, in the third set when they're down 5, but do it again even later in the fourth set. What does that say about the heart of this team?
I think one of the things that we really tried to focus on in preseason is we have 7 freshmen, and we want to stay the course. We want to trust the process, and no matter what the scoreboard says, we want to make sure that we're focusing on what our jobs are and what we're supposed to be doing. And I think they did a good job with that today. I think they handled the coaching. You know, I think freshmen can crumble under certain types of coaching. I'm pretty intense and I'm animated, and they did a really good job with that. But I think for freshmen, they're pretty poised, and I like that because that's showing for a good future for some of these young players. We had 5 freshmen play tonight against juniors and seniors, so that's awesome. You know, that's really, really good. That's why I think we had some early errors, and we're going to try to stay away from that in the future.
There were a number of players tonight who were very impressive. I think the first one we need to give credit to is your brand new setter, Katrina.
Yeah.
Katrina today with, I think it was 7 aces officially in her first collegiate match, and jumped into the setting role, which was vacated by the graduation of Shayla Ware. Assess her play today, and then maybe discuss some of the other freshmen who stepped up.
So, yeah, Katrina actually came to us as a libero. No intentions of being a setter. When we came into camp, we started trying some different things with some different setters. We started with a different setter. So she only took over setting about 6 days ago. And she has been in here and done multiple extra private lessons to get stuff done. We've given her some workouts to do to get her wrist correct. But she's an early season firecracker for us because she doesn't look like that in practice. If you ever look at Kat in practice, she's like this little, this little quiet thing. And she got out on the court today and she was fired up. She was getting the energy going, and her serve was awesome tonight. I'm really, really impressed with that. I haven't seen that from her. So that was a surprise tonight, and I think it was a pleasant surprise because now I'm going to hold her to that standard and make sure she continues that. That's really important.
What about Stephanie Duque? Obviously didn't play a lot in the preseason as she was trying to get herself, back into school, and ready to play. Came in, struggled a little bit on the right side, and then you moved her back to her more natural position on the outside, and certainly lit a spark.
Well, she's a senior leader. She wasn't going to play volleyball this year. She was going to focus on her academics and her life. She works full-time. And about 11 days ago, I shot her a text message. I said, hey, come on by. Let's try to make this work. And I think today was the first time she's jumped into competitive volleyball since the last game last season. So she hasn't touched a volleyball except for this morning at serve and pass. And I put her at the right side today because I thought we could kind of gradually work her into the lineup. That didn't work out great. We put her in her natural position on the outside. Zari did a great job on the right side for us tonight. And I think Lola, Zari, and Duque are going to rotate in those 3 pin spots for us because I think they're all going to have nights where they're not passing great or they're not hitting great. And we're going to switch them up as we go. And they don't have a set position, and they've all bought into that philosophy. And I think that's going to help us in the future for sure, all season long.
Finally, for you, to be back on a court that you once were a star, now as the head coach at your alma mater, how proud you are to be in this role, to have a chance to kind of build your own program, and to now be victorious in the first match you coach for the Gothic Knights?
That's a good question, man. It's funny because I think a month ago, if you would have asked me what I was doing with my volleyball career, I kind of would have looked at you and said, definitely not at NJCU. And I'm so happy that I'm here. I worked with you a long time ago here, and I love this place. I have a really, really deep feeling for this place in my heart. I think we can be really successful. There's some new administration here that's doing awesome stuff, and I'm really, really proud to say that I'm part of this. I think this year we're going to take our bumps this year, and I'm so excited because that's what I did when I was here. When I was a freshman, we took our bumps and eventually started figuring it out, and we were one of the better teams around. So I think for now it's going to be just a humbling experience, and I'm so excited to be a part of it, and I appreciate everybody who's helping with it.
What do you think of the new logos?
I love the logo.
Here?
I love the logo. It was really bad when I was here. Hopefully nobody heard me say that.
You see the JC?
Yeah.
What do you think about the night?
Yeah, I love the night. It's really good.
Right?
I'm all about the logo.
I like the new shirt.
Yeah,
I appreciate the shirt. In full disclosure, I came to work today in an NJCU track shirt. Coach Beaumont didn't find that acceptable. So about
that's okay.
Yeah, but it's a volleyball match. So about 45 minutes before game time, knowing that we were going to be on air, suddenly I had a new volleyball shirt in my hands. I appreciate that. So congratulations, Justin Beaumont, the Gothic Knights' first match of the season. A brand new season here in Jersey City. Victorious. They come from behind in set 3 and in set 4, showing poise as they rally to beat St. Elizabeth 3-1. They're 1-0 in a year. And guess what? We get to do it all over again tomorrow. Back here, 11 a.m. will be the first serve as the Gothic Knights take on Bryn Athyn. Oh, you're leaving me. Well, I guess we'll have to see you tomorrow. Mid-match tomorrow, the neutral court match will be Bryn Athyn against Farmingdale State. And then we'll close the day's festivities, NJCU against Farmingdale State. We'll be on the air 10:50 a.m. for our opening lineups. Until then, I'm Ira Thor on behalf of our entire crew, our camera operators, John Putter, Ian Ambrose, Ricky Voss, our statisticians, Miles Rudnick, and Jim Turvey, and our producer-director, Paul Tanasilli. Again, I'm Ira Thor. We'll see you again tomorrow. More Gothic Night Volleyball here on Gothic Vision.